Right, I haven't filmed in a little while, but basically I'm filming this today. Let me turn this off. I'm filming this today because yesterday I went to a Valent Ecotech, an 831 with F62. And the boiler beat me. It definitely beat me. I was frazzled by the end of it, and I hadn't fixed it. So done a board, still F62. The client isn't going to pay for that board. I'm going to take that. But anyway, regardless of all that, so I've stuck a board and it's still F62. When I unplug the gas valve, the boiler won't go F62, but will go to F28. So I've done tests on the gas valve, and although it tested out okay, I couldn't help but think, well, if I'm plugging the gas valve in and then I'll get F62, but with it unplugged I don't, it's probably the gas valve. There's something wrong with it. I went and got another gas valve, plugged that in, F62. If I unplug that gas valve and run it, no F62, just goes to F28. So basically with a gas valve plugged in, it goes F62 straight away, first ignition attempt. With a gas valve unplugged, it will do all 5 ignition attempts and then go F28. So something very strange is happening to the low voltage of this boiler. I've brought a whole load of old parts here that I can substitute in and stuff. I've got my soldering gear, I've got a heat gun, I've got loads of stuff to try and work out what's going on with this boiler. And hopefully I'll film it for you, and hopefully I'll film it for you. I might just be too stressed and this will be a pointless thing. But anyway, let's get in there and try and get it done. God, this boiler's beat me. Okay, so here she is. And here's what happens. Running, sparking. F76, F62. That's bizarre. Didn't do F76 yesterday. That is very bizarre. Slightly different fault there, but you see it got to ignition. Ooh, right, don't know what the F76 is about, but I had this unplugged. Okay, let's put the light on here. Okay, so let's reset that and you can watch that again. I'm going to turn the light off actually so you can see the spark and you'll see what it does, okay? So, chimney sweep it. Sparking. F76. Ooh. Okay, so this is moved on a bit. Wasn't doing F76 at all yesterday. As you can see, this gas valve, let me put the light on again. This gas valve is plugged in. Right, there is some issues with this boiler. If we look up here, look at this bracket, you can see the flue has leaked back onto this and caused some damage in there. Anyway, I'm going to quickly grab a book from the van. Okay, so by looking at this, not this, this, thermal fuse faulty. Okay, so that's a big hint right there. Right, okay, so here this thing is doing it again. F25 now. It's on F25. F25, I mean, you can't make this boiler up. So it's on F25 now. Anyway, F62 is usually a fault with the low voltage. The the low DC voltage side of the boiler has an issue. Okay, it's sensing voltage on earth, or the 24 volt rail on the boiler keeps dropping down to 17 or something. So basically when it sends out power to a sensor, the power it's expecting to get back will be wrong because it's not sending out the right power from the board to the relative sensor. So that's the genuine sort of F62 fault, which is, in my experience, for the last 15 years, that's always been a board. However, on this particular boiler, we've got another issue, and as you can see, it was now on F25, it was doing F76. So yesterday all it did was F62 all day, F62, F62. I couldn't get anything else out of it. Now it's doing multiple issues. So it's time to look them up and see if it gives us some sort of indication. But F25, F76, F76 is the thermal fuse, F25 is something else. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, so here we are. 118 ohms across that thermal fuse. So I'm going to just link this out here. This is the plug that would go onto it. First of all, I'm going to check from the board to this plug to make sure that the harness is okay, and then I'm going to link this out and see what the boiler does then. And the F25 is saying that the return temperature on that blue NTC there is over 90 degrees. Again, all of this points to a problem with the low voltage side of this boiler. I'm going to put, this is the old board, I'm going to put the new board in there, which was still given F62, because I think the old board is beyond repair. The new board will be able to get us to a point where we can get the boiler running if we can find out why the low voltage is, I think the low voltage side of the boiler is failing completely. So I'll do a test to try and confirm that on this board first, and then we'll get the second board in there. Okay, so I've checked out the plug from the PCB to the heat exchanger over heat stat, or thermal link they call it, or thermal fuse, and the harness is good, 1 ohm on both. So I'm going to bridge it out and see what the boiler does, see if we get an F62 then, and while I'm bridging it out, I'll do the tests on 7 to see what happens to the DC voltage. Does it disappear when it starts to try and run? Because that would cause an F62. 21 volts straight away. Let's show you how I got that set up. I'm just using the earth of the HT lead, spark generator, the ignition lead earth, because that actually goes back and goes to the chassis there. Now that might be the problem. Look how corroded that earth is. That could be the whole problem right there. Anyway, I'm going to deal with that, but I'm doing things step by step so I learn from this process. Okay, and if you look at the other probe, it's in number 7 there. Okay, 21 volts, and the boiler's probably still on lockout from the last time. F25. Okay. I'm now going to chimney sweep it while looking at the multimeter. Sparking away now with the gas valve plugged in. We have found our problem. Let's turn the gas on and get this baby to light, hopefully. Voltage is relatively stable here, I think. Let's have a look. It hasn't got to look out, is it? No. So, now yesterday my head was gone with this boiler, as they say, and I tell you what, that's the only good thing about smoking, is when you used to go outside and have a fag, your mind would clear, and these things would come to you. So as you see, I have the thermal fuse linked out. Now the thermal fuse wasn't a problem yesterday at all, okay? There was no issue with the thermal fuse. So I'm assuming the thermal fuse got high resistance over time, and that's what's causing the problem. So it's up here. There it is. There's the little puppy up there. Oh, we have a working boiler now. So yeah, stable voltage on there. Oh, man, this broke me yesterday. Anyway, getting there. Right, okay, so the job we're on here, the tenant came over and started chatting, so I wasn't able to film the way I usually would and explain stuff, so I'll do this little voiceover. So basically what happened here, once I took that the high limit stat or the thermal fuse out, I found that the connections had spread in that little connector. So as you see here, I just bent them back together, and when I put it on, it made good contacts, and the readings went right down. Just took that thermal fuse out and cleaned it up because it was just a bad connection on the plug. There we go, we're down to 0.5 ohms now. Get this link out, get it back together, and then make sure, because this flue is obviously leaked on this boiler because it's all crusty back here, get this boiler running and make sure this flue seal is okay. So I was able to then put that all back together and turn it on, and basically there was no PCB issue, no gas valve issue, nothing, just the high resistance through that. Basically the whole fault was that thermal fuse. But the first day, I'm guessing it just wasn't bad enough when I was there to throw its own independent fault code, because the first day it only threw F62s. I have a little shot here I'm going to play of the first day. I just found it on my phone, so I'm going to play that. And we need to go through. There's so much stuff coming. Hopefully I'm going to get some open therm and E-bus stuff done. No doubt now I've said it, other people will do it before me because I'm quite slow to actually do it. But yeah, I'm going to get it done. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe because that helps me out on YouTube. And hit the notification bell because someone on the last video would have just won a Testo multimeter. I haven't checked who, and obviously I'll try and grow a beard for a few weeks and see what happens. I'll see you on the next one.